The TAT to invite special guests for the New Year celebrations. Former MP Thanathorn awaits judgment, and the police crackdown on street racing. That's coming up in Good Morning Thailand on the Thaiger. Hello and welcome to Good Morning Thailand. I'm your host Jay, and joining me once again is Tim Newton.
Hello.
Hello, Tim.
Hello.
Well, it is slightly a gloomy day. Let's just start off by reminding people that today is actually a public holiday because today is a day that we commemorate the passing of His Majesty King Rama IX.
Yes, King Bhumibol Adulyadej died on this day 5 years ago. Where were you at that time?
I was at that time working in Qatar, so during that time I heard the news, and along with my fellow colleagues who were also Thai, we decided to go to the Thai embassy, and they had a little commemoration over there where we were able to pay respects to the king and have a little moment with Thai people even though we were overseas.
Well, I was working for, we just started the Thaiger.
Okay.
And then there was a clampdown. So for a month they closed down all the media. So on TV stations you would just see commemorations and obituaries about the work of the past king.
Yeah.
And all websites, because we were running a very small news website at the time, we all had to go black and white.
Yeah.
And that was for a month as well. Then for a year, Thai people were in mourning
period
officially,
yeah.
And so in fact, we were all expected to wear black, although foreigners got a certain bit of laxity on that. But all Thai people had to wear black for a year. So very serious, because he was on the throne for some 70 years.
Yeah.
So all the Thai people, all they ever knew was this one monarch who had been widely publicised, good PR by the palace, telling people about the work he did, and he was very much the people's king.
Yes, he was.
So yeah, a lot of Thai people will be remembering his great work today.
Right. All right, let's get...
Oh, can we mention
Yes.
Coffee Culture? Thank you very much for being with us.
That's right. Thank you to Coffee Culture for providing us your beautiful roast coffee every morning.
This is not the desk which we're up here waiting for boxes to arrive. We're waiting for the new cameras to arrive. We've got the backdrop.
Yes.
But we're still waiting for the desk. The new desk we get is actually a lot bigger than this.
Yes, it's a little higher. It's adjustable.
It's electronically adjustable.
That's right. Motorized desk. That's pretty cool.
So it'll be very, very slick and swish when it arrives. So we're still in sort of standby mode. I don't think the table arrives for another 10 days.
Oh well.
So
Thai delivery time.
Don't lean on this too heavily. All right,
let's get on with the show. Tim, actually, I just read the news this morning. We've been talking about the Netflix series Squid Game and about its graphic violence. However, Netflix confirmed that Squid Game has been its most popular launch to date, garnering in 111 million viewers so far.
Well, that says more to me about the viewers than it does about Netflix. It's just a show. I don't like seeing adults killing other people for sport. It's not good TV.
111 million in just over a month.
Yeah.
Insane. Anyways, all right, let's get on with it. Today we're going to be talking about the TAT once again, but this time
we've got some good things to say about them.
That's right.
Nice change.
That's right. TAT is keen to draw top names for celebration. What does that mean? So, to start off, as we approach the new year, Thailand always celebrates the new year very, boldly with great celebrations and fireworks. And they've reduced the fireworks over the years, if we're being completely honest. But yes, this year, the governor of the TAT has come out and said that they want to invite special celebrities to come and just make a big impact and give this year off with a big hurrah. And guess who they've decided to invite?
Well, I know. Am I allowed to say?
Yes, you are.
I will also ask you a question after of who you would invite to be the special guest.
Yes.
But they've invited Lisa from Blackpink,
who's a very big K-pop star.
Well, she's Thai in a Korean pop band, but they are huge in Thailand, along with the sort of male counterparts BTS, which are also really big here in Thailand. And along with Lisa
is
a perfect accompaniment is Andrea Bocelli,
Andrea Bocelli.
the Italian opera star, who's blind, of course, but an amazing singer. And he's sort of merged with pop over the years, doing some sort of more modern contemporary stuff as well. Probably best known for his duet with Celine Dion, The Prayer, and Sarah Brightman, Time to Say Goodbye.
It's what I do in my free time, listen to Andrea Bocelli. Everyone knows that.
He did a lovely duet with his son last year, which was particularly good.
He's a powerful singer.
He's a
got
great,
some pipes.
great singer, but I'm just thinking, are we going to get the duet with Lisa and Andrea Bocelli for the grand final of the Countdown concert at 1 minute to midnight?
That's a new year.
What are they going to sing?
That's a celebration.
They'd have to do The Prayer, wouldn't they?
Yeah. Andrea Bocelli, K-pop star Lalisa. This is happening. Also, sorry, this is not confirmed, so everybody don't get excited.
So they're spending your 500 baht departure tax well, which has not been confirmed yet either.
Yes.
But this would be a good way of spending it on some big superstars. Now, where are they going to do this? Not in Bangkok.
Not in Bangkok. They are planning to do this in Phuket. We know you love hearing about Phuket, so yeah, there we go.
Okay, so where are you going to do this in Phuket? There's no stadium big enough with
it'll
hardly
probably,
any stadiums.
I feel like it will either be near the Laguna area or it will be in Phuket town near the Sapan Hin area. Those are the only places large enough to even hold huge
You could do it on the beach, but you'd sort of be lined back for about 500 meters.
And what they need to do is make a platform in the middle of the sea, just like with lights and shining. I just go all out. Everyone's all over the beach. Andrea, Lalisa.
You have another sip of your coffee, Jay.
That's what needs to happen.
Who would you invite if you could invite somebody to a big New Year opening concert?
Well, definitely my mum, my dad.
No. Who would you invite to perform?
I see. I don't know, actually. I think this is a good move, if I'm being completely honest. Lalisa, who's not only famous internationally for being a K-pop star, but yeah, like you said, being huge in Thailand is an understatement. I mean, she's the girl that pops up in every commercial. There's billboards everywhere. I mean, she's at the peak of her stardom currently. So bringing her in would bring not only a lot of domestic tourism, but also a lot of international tourism to Thailand and Phuket, which is one of the most popular
of a
travel
younger
destinations.
Generation.
Yes.
Because I'm thinking that a lot of you out there probably never heard of Lisa.
Yeah.
She's massive.
But you've heard of Andrea Bocelli.
Yes, and so you sort of got the two different sides of the music industry. So yeah, good move by the TAT, and good to see your tourism taxes being spent well.
Right, and to further elaborate on what the governor came out to say, I have a quote from him saying that inviting both Andrea Bocelli and Lalisa to perform at a big event will require large investment. So they will be actually looking to invest money into inviting such big stars. But, just the fan base of Lalisa herself, it would get 20 million people involved somehow or the other. So
I've got a perfect solution.
Yeah.
Lalisa, when she gets to that high note in the final song, says, "Thank you very much to Coffee Culture. Asia.
Thank you."
And they could sponsor
She's
her.
going to be hyped because she's tried the new organic Doi Mot coffee from Coffee Culture.
Or it could be one of these ones.
Yeah, your roast coffee or ground coffee, Robusta.
I can smell it from here. Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh God, please stop. Right, so thank you to Coffee Culture for sponsoring the show.
We have a break so I can have a bit of a sniff of the coffee.
Yes, also, hopefully, if this plan does actually go ahead, Kun Yutasak, who is the TAT governor, has also asked for the COE to be scrapped, the entry requirements to be eased. He's also asked the PCR testing to be cheaper, less than 1,000 baht, and also less congestion at the airport. So when they do arrive, there's not a huge line of people getting tested. So promising comments and ideas. Hopefully they do happen. So we'll let you digest and let that thought marinate in your brains as we take a quick break. We'll be back right after this. Hello and welcome back to Good Morning Thailand. I'm Jay, this is Tim.
I've got a problem.
What's the problem?
Well, this shirt was stayed in Bangkok when I
Okay.
was down in Phuket for 6 months.
Yeah.
And it's shrunk.
It's shrunk.
I don't know how, but it's shrunk.
Well, what happened? Did you keep it in a damp room?
No, it was dry, but there's a problem with the fabric. It couldn't possibly be me.
Yep. Right. Let's move on and talk about
I'll hold my breath.
former MP Thanathorn.
Oh, yes.
Right, Tim, let's just give a quick introduction to who Thanathorn is and what we're going to be talking about.
Okay, Thanathorn, whose full name is Thanathorn.
Juang Run Kruang Kit.
I'm not even going to try and say that. It's not out of disrespect. I literally cannot get my head around his entire name. But he is, I suppose, what you would call a budding or aspiring new wave of politicians coming along in Thailand. Now, he actually stood for the position of Prime Minister after the last election when no party got 51% of the vote. So the Senate and the lower house got together to nominate, elect a nominated Prime Minister, and the Future Forward Party, which Thanathorn was the leader of at the time and also an elected MP, stood as the nomination against the Thai Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha. He missed out by 3 votes. So he actually got very, very close at the time, but he was also stripped of his MP position by the Constitutional Court. That's obviously in the history. I'm not going to go through all the reasons, but clearly the people who were running the elections at the time and who won power were doing their best to try and minimise his impact on taking power. But since being removed from, or the Future Forward Party being deregistered by the Constitutional Court, again another long story, he's sort of been moving around in the background, still as a budding politician, and I think a person who we should keep an eye on, including the latest moves with the courts, because
He's being charged with 3 charges,
Yeah.
which include violations of Section 112 of the Criminal Code, of Les Majestés laws, and as well as the Computer Crime Act of Defamation law.
So this all stems from some criticism about 3 months ago when
Yes.
Siam Bioscience, which is linked to the palace, was going to be the Thai manufacturer of AstraZeneca, a license given to a Thai company,
Yes.
and that license being given to Siam Bioscience. Quite controversial at the time, but a difficult one for Thais and Thai organisations to criticise because of the links to the Thai monarchy. So he did make some comments about it.
That's right.
And as is their way, the Thai government are using the Computer Crimes Act as a blunt instrument to try and silence critics, including Kun Thanathorn,
Yep.
who is now awaiting his fate.
That's right. He specifically got in trouble for a Facebook video he made, in which he was critical of the government being heavily reliant on Siam Bioscience for the AstraZeneca vaccine. He also urged the government to be publicly reveal the vaccine
deal.
production agreement.
Yeah, the contract.
That they came together. He wanted full transparency, and he wanted the people to know that why they have actually an agreement with Bioscience and what are the terms and stipulations that they've come to.
Well, I'd like to know, because I've got 2 AstraZeneca injections in my arm. I don't know if they were manufactured in Thailand or if they were imported from overseas. A number of countries also have these licenses with AstraZeneca for the production of the vaccine invented by the Oxford University and the AstraZeneca company from Sweden. So an interesting time where we're going to see how the government uses the Computer Crimes Act to again silence Thanathorn, who I think is now 42 years old. And as I say, he's sort of a budding future leader and somebody we should keep an eye on. So interesting news.
Right, keep up to date with the latest information on thetiger.com. Right, we're going to take a quick break once again, and once we're back, we're going to be talking about police cracking down on street racing, specifically all those bikes with those loud mufflers exhaust pipes that they've put in their bikes.
There's a twist to the story.
There is a very big twist to the story, so stay tuned. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to Good Morning Thailand. This is once again Jay and Tim. Right, Tim, it's now time to talk about The crackdown on street racing.
Were you a
Those young
street
kids
race-
with their loud bikes.
Did you do that when you were younger? Did you go and hoon around on your 110cc scooter?
No, I'll be honest, I was never allowed to. Bike driving in Thailand is very dangerous. My parents never allowed me to drive a motorcycle.
Have you got a motorcycle?
I've never owned a motorcycle. I've never driven a motorcycle. Not really, no.
Jaw drop.
Jaw drop.
Okay. Unlike Jason, he's a hoon.
Oh.
He's got a hotted up Honda Wave.
He's the one that people look out for. His neighbors hate him.
Have you got the skinny tyres as well?
I've got the extra thick tires.
Extra thick tyres. Oh, he's a rebel. Now, it's interesting, over the last year, they've confiscated 320 motorcycles and motorbikes.
That's right.
Where are they storing them?
I think they probably just sell them for parts. Who knows?
That were used in illegal racing. More than 3,000 street racers have been charged with violating the Traffic Act, and more than 1,000 bike shops have been charged with sort of adding the accessories and hotting up these bikes,
Yes.
usually to make more noise.
And guess what, Tim? Snitches don't get stitches. The police are actually encouraging people to tell on these young teenagers or whoever these bike racers are.
Snitching.
They're encouraging snitching. So if you can be rewarded up to 3,000 baht if your message to the police leads to an arrest.
We call it dobbing in Australia.
Okay.
Dobbing on people. So yeah, the twist in this though, out of those 320 motorcycles and the 3,000 odd people that have been charged, 40,000 parents have been charged with violating the Child Protection Act for not preventing their children, including Jason, from such a hoon, from going out and hooning around the streets and making a menace of themselves. 40,000 parents have been charged.
But well, I don't know what to say about that. I mean,
I think we
can
just
you
did.
really stop your? I mean, yes. I mean, you could control that. You don't need to buy a bike or a motorbike for your child, but it's not necessarily like parents. Are they going to
chain them to the bed?
Yeah, you can't leave the house.
Yeah.
They can't. You know, how are they going to stop young teenagers or kids from doing such things?
So I can imagine the parents.
40,000 parents. I mean, some of them are probably even clueless. Like, police just show up and say, "We're arresting you because your kid has been driving a motorcycle and racing," and they're just like, "What?"
Now, imagine the conversation when the kids get home. Now, Somchai, the police turned up today, and they've arrested us because you've been driving around on your motorcycle making too much noise.
Yes.
Probably exceeding 50 kilometres an hour. Those motorcycles don't really go very fast.
Depends. I think they're using those really powerful ones.
Well, no, a lot of them are just like
Honda Waves.
Honda Waves and Scoopies and Zoomers with hotted up exhaust pipes.
Those are those really young kids, though. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. The ones that can't afford the bigger bikes, like Jason. It's a Honda Wave, isn't it? It must be about 20 years old. I'm surprised the thing's still going.
Well, anyways, according to the World Health Organization, the traffic conditions in Thailand are quite shocking.
Are some of the worst in the world.
That's right. They reported that 20,000 people die in road accidents in Thailand each year, which gives you a figure of 56 deaths a day.
Hang on, let's get my calculator out on that one. Anyway, yes, it's 50 plus a day.
Yeah.
It's shocking. And most of them are young males on motorbikes, statistically.
Yeah.
Mostly involving drink driving and speeding. That's what the statistics say.
Yeah.
Next.
Right. Drugs.
Oh, this one. Okay.
Just drugs.
So, okay, you're in a bit of a drug gang, and you've got the guys driving the trucks, you've got the ones making the drugs, you've got the kingpins who are organising things and doing the banking.
That's right.
And then one of the people is, okay, can you just drive ahead and just give us a call if you see anything?
Yeah.
And who do the police arrest?
The lookout.
The poor old lookout.
Yeah.
But what they stopped was a really big cache.
Yes.
It's nearly 1 million meth pills, methamphetamine pills. That's a lot of pills. Nearly 200,000 ecstasy pills. That's MDMA.
You know a lot about pills, Tim.
No, that's not right.
Medical pills.
You're making an allegation that
Vitamins.
is incorrect. I don't even take vitamin pills.
Allegedly.
I am pushing to take 1 Panadol a month. That's paracetamol, by the way. Moving on from your serious allegation, my lawyer will be in contact. 104 bars of heroin and 3 kilograms of crystal methamphetamine, which is actually quite a lot of crystal meth, and 2 pickup trucks. So it was quite a haul they got.
Right, so the police know and have actually said that they think about 5 people were involved in this drug trafficking. However, they only caught one lady, one 20-year-old woman was arrested. And this was in the Phetchabun province. Kun Angkawipa Kan Banjong.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yep, so she was arrested. She was officially the lookout. She was paid 20,000 baht just to make sure if the police are coming or not. They happened to abandon the van. Yeah, sorry. Jason, cut to me, please. Camera 1. Okay. They happened to abandon the van near a factory, and that's where the police caught onto her.
And it's right smack bang in the middle of central Thailand, Phetchabun.
Yes.
I just checked.
And her husband, who's also involved, one of the 5 people who were involved in the drug trafficking, is still currently at large. So, honey, I'm not home.
Yeah, okay. So, interesting drug story. But that's a big haul, and it would be a tiny proportion of the actual drugs passing through Thailand, mostly from the northern areas and making their way down to the south. Some to be shipped to destinations beyond, and others to places like Malaysia if they're going by road. But drug trade's still huge.
Yeah. Anyways, those are the top stories for today.
Yeah. Big day, interesting day. Public holiday for most Thais.
That's right.
But we're here working for you.
For you, for the team, for the viewers. Right. And that's it. That's all we have for today. Tim, anything to add?
Oh, we should mention,
what should we mention?
Natty, our new newsreader.
That's right.
She has had an astonishing result. 25,000 people watched her first, and it's not her best, her first broadcast yesterday. She'll get even better. She's a top newsreader. We're very, very proud to have her on the team.
Go Natty.
But she has doubled the amount of views that we had yesterday. So she's on thin ice, beating us on the first day. Can't happen.
Yeah, it's not allowed.
We will not allow it to happen. I'll speak to
I
her
will not
after the
have
show.
it.
We'll get her to make lots of mistakes and wear bad shirts. That might reduce her views.
Right, but thank you to all the viewers who've
Can I
give
stretch
such
this
a
somehow?
warm welcome and such warm comments actually to
great
Natty.
comments.
Yeah, thank you for supporting and thank you for watching the show.
She's having her honeymoon period while people are nice to her.
Right.
Before they get all narky and nasty. You know who you are.
Right. Anyways, that's going to be all from us. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jason, once again behind the buttons, and thank you to Chai, who is actually our new editor.
A new assistant.
That's right.
And Golf is over there doing nothing to do with the show at all.
Golf's left us now. Since we've been in the Bangkok office, he won't even look at us. He'll see us in the alleyway and he'll just pretend like he doesn't know us.
Got his fancy desk and doing his fancy social media.
These social media people, I tell you.
Doesn't care about us anymore.
Ridiculous. Anyways, and thank you to you, the viewers, for liking and sharing the video. I know you will like and subscribe and share. And thank you for watching the show. Thank you to Coffee Culture for sponsoring our coffee. And you can find your roast coffee and ground coffee at coffeeculture.asia. And also use the code THETIGER for a 10% discount.
How long is this goodbye going to go?
10%. This is now the final goodbye.
All right.
So, see you tomorrow. Goodbye.